On ABC 6 starts with this breaking news alert.
Two major stories happening here at 6 a.m. This is a look at breaking news in South Columbus, where one person has been hurt in an officer-involved shooting. We are live on the scene here as information comes in by the minute.
We are under a dense fog advisory this hour. This is a live look from Mobile Track and what you will deal with as you hit the road this morning. We also have school delays coming in. Those are scrolling along the bottom of your screen. Hello to all of you. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday. It is November 3rd. I'm Jessica Ralston.
Good morning. I'm Kurt Ludlow. We are going to get to our weather alert in just a moment. First, we want to start with that breaking news in South Columbus. At least one person hurt in an officer-involved shooting along Parsons Avenue. Mike McCarthy is there live.
This has happened very recently, so this is quickly developing over the past half an hour or so. What can you tell us so far?
So, Jessica, just about 15 minutes ago, an ambulance left here with lights and sirens going, headed north on Parsons Avenue. But be sure this area, Parsons at Hanford, is going to be shut down for a number of hours after this officer-involved shooting, with one person right now in critical condition. We're live on your side on this breaking news in South Columbus. Mike McCarthy, good day, Columbus.
All right. As you can see there, definitely a very foggy morning. Not only just foggy, but it's a cool morning. 37 degrees in London and Washington Courthouse. So you're going to need the jacket this morning, extra time, and also just take it nice and slow on the roads with this fog, as dense as it is outside. Let's bring up the big monitor and show you some of the visibilities. At best, a half a mile in Columbus right now. Everyone else at a quarter of a mile visibility or 0 miles visibility. So it is a very dense fog that we've got outside, as you can see here on your Tempstar heating and cooling products map. Some of the cameras just featuring here, Marysville, Columbus, out towards Newark. Can't see very far off in the distance this morning, so it is a cool, foggy morning. No clouds above us. So when the sun does come up at 8:03 in 2 hours, we will start to see the fog clear out. It's not going to be probably till about 9 or 10 o'clock when you start noticing a little bit of improvement, but by 10 and 11 o'clock, we'll see this clear out a lot better than what it did yesterday. So as you're heading out the door here this morning, foggy start to the morning, mid-40s. By the time that we get to lunchtime, sun's starting to break through the fog, 58 degrees, and a sunny afternoon as we get up to 67 for today's high temperature. Moving ahead, chance of rain will be going up as we head into the weekend. We'll help to time out that rain for you with Futurecast, hour by hour, coming up, Katie.
All right, so you saw that map that Buck pulled up showing you just how hard it is to see no matter where you're heading in our viewing area right now. So we have two accidents that we're keeping an eye on. This one proving not to really have any impact on the traffic flow, but just watch for it. Again, it's hard to see from our camera views if it's actually happening or not. 70 westbound at 270. This is brand new. Lockville Road, both directions at Hereford Drive. This is going to be in the Pickerington area. That is a more serious accident, again, impacting both directions. So be aware of that. So two accidents on the board as we're working our way into the 6 o'clock hour. I anticipate there's going to be more because of what you are seeing out there. So I told you it's a little hard to see what the impact is from that accident, if any. You can see those 70 westbound lanes moving freely as they're working their way in towards 270. So we're not seeing any backup there by Bryce Road, and we're not really seeing anything over here. Actually, there we go. We have some lights that are moving their way towards us. You can see those 71 north and southbound lanes doing well by 670. But again, you're not going to be going the posted speed limit this morning. You're going to be going well under with traffic flow as folks are fighting to try to see where they're going.
New overnight, 2 people are hurt, including a child, after a crash in North Columbus. This is around 1 o'clock this morning along Mays Road. One person was taken to Riverside in critical condition. Now, we are told the child is expected to be okay. Well, we're going to get more information from police about what led up to this, but you can see how foggy it was at the time of the accident.
And new this morning, Columbus police busy with 3 separate investigations involving cars into buildings. You can see all the locations on that map there. One in the short north, one in Italian Village, and one on the east side. Police say in East Columbus, at least one person was hurt when a car crashed into a restaurant along Shady Lane Road. That person expected to be okay. Now, and this morning we're getting a better look at the damage left behind in the other 2 crashes. Let's start here in the short north. A car crashing into the Gall Park Steakhouse. This is on North High Street. Police say that car went all the way into the dining room. You see it here, the Gala Park Steakhouse, around 6:30 last night. The height of the dinner rush, 2 people taken to the hospital. Their conditions have not been released. No word on what caused that driver to lose control. And then in Italian Village, an ice cream sandwich shop temporarily closed after this crash. You can see where the car went into that building. This is the Switch Social restaurant, and they posted on Instagram that a car hit the front of their building along North 4th Street. You see it smashed out the windows there and broke through the wall. Nobody inside this shop when it happened, and nobody was seriously hurt.
After more than 2 years on the run, this man is in custody in connection with a deadly shooting on the east side. Jacob B. Howard was arrested by U.S. Marshals in Greenville, South Carolina Wednesday. He's charged with murder and tampering with evidence. Police say Howard shot and killed Robert Robertson II in September of 2020. Robertson was found inside a car along Robinwood Park. It's not clear when Howard will be extradited back to Columbus. New information about a homicide investigation in Linden. Police identified the woman found in a vacant home this week as 36-year-old Jessica Sykes. Her body was discovered Monday along Howey Road. Police say she had been shot. They have not released any more information about a possible suspect. Coming up, excitement is building as the Powerball jackpot climbs.
And so anytime we see a big jackpot and more people buying, that's more revenue coming in.
In just 2 minutes, we'll show you who the biggest winners are this morning.
EC6.
If it had been a light here, maybe those two kids would have been okay.
Right now at 6 a.m., 2 trick-or-treaters hospitalized after they were hit. What we are learning from police about the driver.
Plus, it may be the first day of November, but it certainly won't feel like it. We're giving you a live look this morning. Temps already in the mid-50s, despite on how long this warm-up will last. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday. It is November 1st. I'm Jessica Ralston.
I'm Katie McKee in for Kurt. We want to get right on over to Caroline Cohen, who is in for Buck this morning.
But then they quickly pick back up. Mostly cloudy this morning and then improvements on the way. With that, we already surpassed our typical daytime high by 11 a.m. I'll tell you how warm we go. But first, Mike has a look at the roadways.
Yeah, good morning, Caroline. We are dealing with some accidents out there this morning already. 17th, not too bad this morning, just building, but at least, again, we're on dry roads. Back to you.
New this morning, a flat tire leads to a shooting in North Columbus. Police say a 20-year-old man, along with a 20 and 34-year-old woman, were dealing with a flat at a gas station near Arborwood Town Home Apartments. A man offered to help them if they followed him to the complex. As they were waiting by the entrance, a silver car drove up and someone started firing into their car. One person was hit in the arm and there have been no arrests.
The kids, they had some black on them, but they also had bright colors on them. They should have been able to be seen. There's no reason or excuse they should have got hit.
Developing now, a Halloween nightmare after 2 people, including a child, were hit by a truck while out trick-or-treating. It happened in Northeast Columbus on a street that's been raising concerns from neighbors.
And it's raising a lot of questions from us. Mike McCarthy is on your side working to get answers. He's live to explain what he learned from police overnight.
Well, Katie, to be honest this morning, not much at all. But we get information from police. We're live on your side near downtown. Mike McCarthy, Good Day Columbus.
New this morning, 1 person is dead and at least 6 others were hurt after a shooting at a Halloween party in Kansas City. Police say they were nearly 100 high school age students at a house party when a group of uninvited guests showed up. Police say they were asked to leave, and that's when someone in the group started shooting.
Yeah, it's disturbing. Like I said, it's unacceptable. The number of people that are out here with guns, and regardless of what the situation is, we need to figure out how to manage our anger.
2 of the people who were hurt are in critical condition. No word yet on any arrests in this case.
In Chicago, police are investigating a drive-by mass shooting that sent 14 people to the hospital. 3 kids were among those hurt, ages 3, 11, and 13. The rest of the victims are adults. Police say video from that scene shows 2 gunmen opening fire on a crowd that was standing at an intersection for a vigil. 1 person was also hit by a car in the chaos. The victims' conditions range from critical to what are considered non-life threatening. Police are still searching for the shooters.
Developing now, Columbus police are investigating after a woman was found shot to death inside of a home in Linden. That home was vacant. Police say they were called to the house along Howey Road yesterday just after noon. They say the woman was already dead when paramedics arrived. It's not clear how long Her body had been inside of that home. Police have not been able to identify her yet, and there have been no arrests.
Coming up, police investigating after a Burger King was held up at gunpoint. The photos they want you to see this morning.
Plus, a man convicted for a deadly shooting in an East Side bar. What we're learning about his fate in just 2 minutes.
You're watching Good Day Columbus on ABC6.
Right now at 6 a.m., a police chase involving a stolen car ends with a crash into this retention pond. But it might surprise you who was behind the wheel, what investigators are telling us this morning.
Plus, a dense fog advisory leading to some issues. This is a live look from Mobile Track. We're going to show you how this is impacting your morning commute. And it's already leading to school delays. Olentangy local, Miami Trace and Buckeye Valley local, all on a 2-hour delay. We have the full list scrolling at the bottom of your screen. A reminder, Good Day Columbus is your school closing headquarters with Just In, always on. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, November 2nd. I'm Jessica Ralston.
Good morning. I'm Kurt Ludlow. Let's get straight over to meteorologist Buck Michael for a look at that foggy forecast.
Yeah, cool and foggy morning outside. Temperature-wise, we're sitting in the mid to low 40s. Delaware's at 39 degrees right now. But as we bring up the big monitor here and just show you all the cameras across the area featuring this fog that we've been dealing with. And I will say it has kind of improved a little bit, especially there in Mobile Track. So we are seeing slightly less dense fog than what we had maybe an hour or so ago in pockets. Other places it's even worse. The clouds moving in are trying to help to clear out some of the fog. The force of those clouds moving in is just enough to maybe just get a little bit of churn in the atmosphere. But again, it's pretty foggy across a lot of the area. Let's snap this over to our visibilities, and we're seeing it about a half a mile here in Columbus, quarter-mile visibility in Delaware, Marysville, out to the east here in Zanesville, Cambridge, Newark. So again, it is dense. Circleville right now reporting 0 miles visibility on your Tempstar heating and cooling products map. So there are some schools that have opted for the 2-hour delay today. For the schools that are heading to school on time, we're going to be in the mid 40s here this morning, 58 at lunchtime and recess, so a cool day. Take the jacket. But as we move forward, we're going to struggle to get into the 60s today. These clouds are going to keep the sun from really getting to us, at least as much as what it has been over the weekend. It was so nice. However, moving forward, we got even more warm up. It's 58 is our normal high for today. We're running well above normal today, but wait till you see the weekend. Right now, back to the desk.
Breaking now, 2 young girls survived a wild ending to a chase with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, they crashed a stolen car. The Sheriff's Office says a deputy tried to stop that car near Sullivan in Georgesville on the west side. The crash happening about 4 miles away, and that's where Mike McCarthy is live on your side to explain how lucky those girls are that they were not seriously hurt. Mike?
Kurt, there was no question about that. One question we do have right now. Stay connected with us at abc6onyourside.com. This right now is our top story. We're live on your side on this breaking news on the west side. Mike McCarthy, Good Day Columbus.
So we're going to start up in Marysville this morning, working my way down 33 this morning, definitely seeing some fog in certain areas. That patchy, dense fog is going to be something you're going to be dealing with throughout the majority of the commute. Right now, you can see folks are up to speed, moving nicely, heading in towards 270 without any major concerns. Really across the board, things are looking fantastic in terms of accidents. We're not seeing any major construction that's dampering your morning commute, but we are seeing that some of our areas are really facing some visibility problems. So we're looking a little bit better over here on the west outer belt, and much different point of view as we're looking on over here to the east side. So 70 at James Road, you can see those headlights and taillights off in the distance there, not really seeing the roadways due to the fog that people are dealing with this morning. Your overall commute really in good shape for the most part. We're not seeing any major issues heading in towards downtown Columbus or the other stretch of 33. Coming on up from Pickerington Road to 270, you are up to 65 miles per hour. Traffic still light in that entire stretch.
All right, Katie, thank you. Right now, there is an urgent search for a suspect in a deadly shooting in East Columbus. Overnight, police identifying that victim as 53-year-old Alan Mullins. They say he was shot along Harvard Avenue just after noon yesterday. He was taken to a hospital but died a short time later. Police say Mullins was in a fight with Ricky Mackey Jr. when Mackey shot him. A murder warrant has been issued for Mackey. Police say if you know him and see him, do not approach. Just call 911.
There is a twist in the case of a deadly shooting inside St. Anne's Hospital nearly 2 years ago. Police say the gun found in Miles Jackson's waistband was connected by DNA to a murder. Tacardo Williams was found shot to death at a home on Cleveland Avenue in April 2021. Jackson's DNA was also found on Williams' cane. Well, 2 days later, Jackson was shot and killed by Westerville police at St. Anne's. Officers say they discovered he had outstanding warrants and he was armed. He had that gun in the emergency room. Just last Friday, a grand jury declined to indict the officers involved in his shooting.
Right now, an urgent manhunt underway in Newark, New Jersey after a murder suspect opened fire on 2 police officers. Investigators say those officers were serving a search warrant, but the suspect shot at them with a long rifle before making a getaway. One officer was hit in the neck, the other in the leg. Both were rushed to hospitals. They are expected to be okay. The FBI and U.S. Marshals now joining the search for that suspect.
Coming up, interest rates are heading up once again.
It's going to be a difficult 12-18 months under any scenario.
And the impacts to the economy are looking tough. After the break, we're on your side crunching the numbers on how it could impact your bottom line.